What's up, my friends? Got one question to ask you. What is the first thing that you do? What is the absolute first thing that you do when you're looking for a used car to buy? Think about this. What do you do when you want to, with technology today, when you want to know more about that car? Not to mention when you're looking it up, that stuff's generally already posted because of the VIN number and the tag number. What is the first thing you do? I can feel it, and you've guessed it. You pull a Carfax report. There's two companies I know of that are, there's Carfax and there's another one. I think CarMax uses that other company. They're both one and the same. But Carfaxes were the first ones that have been around forever. For as long as I can remember, I think Carfax has been around for well over 20 years or more. 24 years to be exact, I think. As I remember looking them up back in 2000, something like that. So, but I've got the Element. It's on Autotrader, and wouldn't you know that I get the first. It's always the case. Like when you're selling something on Craigslist, first thing you get is a scammer trying to scam you. Trying to scam you. This is funny. And I knew it because the question to ask is like, the English is usually broken. The words are like, they don't quite understand past tense or anything like that. Like, are you still interested in sell this vehicle? I'm like, yeah, you're not in America. But see, they know the zip code. They've kind of gotten savvy to knowing your zip code and where you're from. So they'll pick a town close by, some community, to make it sound legit. But they don't know anything about it. They keep asking. And what they're, excuse me, but what they're doing is that they're, throughout the, like if you're chatting with them for a long time, they go back and they'll delete things they said to you. So they think you're not paying attention to that. Because I had to ask, where do you live again? And they said the same town again. I said, they're still hard on that. But I just ran them ragged until they literally just gave up. Because they started pulling this, we can meet 5 p.m. tomorrow. That'd be great. But what I need you to do is please run a report on Autotrace. I don't trust Carfax. I've had a bad experience with them. And I'm like, oh, really? It's a little odd that you've had a bad experience with Carfax. Isn't that lovely? So after a while, they just kind of went offline, went dark. I said, yeah, they've given up. So in a nutshell, they kept saying, I sent them. What I did was I sent them screen captures of the people talking about Autotrader scams, and the Autotrace was on it. And I sent the picture of that, and I sent the beware of Autotrader scams. And it's like, I understand you're being very cautious on that, and that's okay. I understand that. Then they send me another link, and I'm like, I'm not clicking that link. I said, Diane, you're making this harder than it is. So-called Diane. Hey, that name Diane, that's just a name given. I said, you're making this harder than it is. Just let's meet. I've got all the paperwork on this. I've got the Carfax report. You can run the trace. That's your response. I said, Diane, the first thing I do when I buy a car is I run a Carfax report on it. That's on you. No, she kept saying, that's your responsibility. That's your responsibility. I feel comfortable knowing you can provide me with that report, No, I don't feel comfortable with you asking me to do that. And sure enough, there's YouTube videos on that. So guys, you probably know by now, but if you're selling a car or selling things, don't click links, whatever you do, number one. Number two, someone's trying to ask you to pay for something that the buyer would normally do. Don't do that. Number three, just pay attention to their verbiage and their broken English. Because, these people try to get savvy with people that know any better. But, most people are selling cars. They do know better. They have some common sense, folks. They really do know better on that deal. So I just said, I'm more than glad to do this, but wouldn't you want to come look at the car first? Save you some money. Save you and I about whatever it costs to do that report. That company's a scam anyway. I'm glad I figured that out. She's sending damn links and stuff, and She said, but the report is necessary for me to make this transaction simple. They don't want to, any normal human being would call you and said, hey man, I'm in the Charleston, South Carolina area and I'm looking for an Element and I love it. I would love to come see the car. What time, let's fit a time to come do it, and we would exchange information. That's what makes it so hard anymore, and obviously I'm verified. When I sell it, they verify your identity. They know this. They know I can't be stupid on this deal. But then, anybody would go, when you say, well, their English is so broken. I really trust on it. Yeah, I used it whenever I sell or purchase any of my car. Now, that's some pretty broken English, folks, don't you think? Yeah, I'd say there's your first hint. Once you got the report, let me know. I'm like, nobody in their right mind, a normal person's going to push me to get the report and make me do that before then. No. And then I just said, well, can we meet here? They wouldn't answer. Let's meet here. No. And she goes, no, but the report is necessary for me, like I said, to make this transaction simple. She said it. He or she said it again. Then questions me but I'm just curious to know what I am paying before reached there or something. That didn't make sense. Scam. And when I sent the screenshot of us, she says, all right, well, if you have any issues with AT, she said Autotrace, no worries. You can get the TV report. What the fuck are you talking about, the TV report? But at least provide me the report through which I can satisfy myself. These people. Okay. Wasting my time, not clicking the link. She says, sorry, but this and AT is the only way I satisfy myself. Now, I could have had a comeback with that one. I said, I got another way you can satisfy yourself, honey. But I didn't do that. She said, I'm also really interested to meet you, but what can I do? It's my necessity. I used it every single time. These people are morons. I said, where do you live again? She said, again, Felderville. I said, yeah. She repeated it. So she's kind of stayed course on my zip code's in the ad. So she looked at my zip code and picked a community within about 25, 30 miles from me. They're getting savvy with that to make you think that they're local. They're not. So, guys, I don't want to get on make this one long, but if you're selling a car, just beware. These people are crazy. And they're going to get you to do the craziest things, and I know you won't do it. These people are idiots, I swear. If they spent their time doing positive and more productive things in life, they'd be amazingly successful instead of trying to steal from people. Stupidity, I tell you. I'll see you guys on the next one. I figure I'd jump on and fill you in on that. I'm sure it doesn't surprise you. Be cool. Bye.